Alright, we're back. Back on Maratha. Now, if you're wondering, because by this point, you'll have seen the videos, where is the epilogue we were promised for Spain? Well, I did do a stream. It was about 40 minutes long, where I realised that I pretty much ruined the Spain campaign. My fleets got sunk by the Ottoman fleets, so I had no boats. My armies didn't have the money to replenish and couldn't leave the towns they'd occupied anyway because Paris and Amsterdam were both rebelling. Then the bloody I mean, you can see that I've been trying, but we got attacked by the Prussians as well. So let's. I think that's a Spanish one as well, isn't it? Yeah. Let's get them deleted. So we jump back in. So all in all, it didn't it wasn't particularly great in terms of, well, I mean, me losing is not, neither here nor there. It can be entertaining. Watching my fleet get sunk was quite, I imagine, would have been quite entertaining, but it was just untenable in terms of a position where it's like, well, I can't do anything interesting here. Therefore, why am I? Why am I destroying this? I think it's because there's a building I want, isn't there? Yes, it gets me these, which are 10, 14, 12, and 8. It also gets me the Afghan Hillmen, and they are good. Right. What's this pissing message about now? Right. Apologies. I'm being badgered about social plans again. Doesn't happen very often, and yet has been happening on the last couple of videos. But I can't afford to socialise. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough money to get to this new job, really. Never mind anything else. Hopefully I get... So I'm starting mid-October. Hopefully I get to the end of October. Maybe 2 weeks' pay, a week's pay, something, at least, to tide me over. Otherwise I am buggered. So I financially cannot go through the entirety of November without money. But enough of that. That's not your problem. It's very much a me problem. And by the time you see this video, I'll have found the solution. So this is coming out towards the tail end of November. So no need to worry there. That. Build that. Now I have to try and find all the places where I've destroyed the infrastructure. So I did that on the last video, which is about 2 or 3 hours ago. What did we decide with? What did I decide I was going to do? There's nothing exciting here, so you're going to be that one. Ah, yes, and we were doing the roads as well. Right, so it's the just the capital now, is it, that needs the good roads? We got a couple of other regions, but we're getting there. Like, there's not going to be much war, to be honest, because we're not currently at war with anyone. This is just going to be probably an episode of building up. We put money into the economy, into the military infrastructure, we get the fleets together and get the armies together in anticipation of what we're going to do next. Yeah, no, I'm glad to be back on this campaign. Like, I know when I did the first couple of episodes of this campaign, I wasn't really feeling it, and I was still thinking about Spain. That's why the concept of an epilogue episode came up. I was like, no, I want to go back to that Spain campaign. I had a lot of fun. And I went back to it, and it turns out I didn't have a lot of fun. Like, or rather, the fun had been done, and there was nothing more I could do in the episode, or rather, as I wasn't feeling it. Got a long story short, and now I'm back at this, and I'm fucking loving it. Because we're just building up the infrastructure. And I like that's another thing. Like I do these grand strategy games, and I just like building infrastructure. Like in Hearts of Iron, I'll more often than not you'll find me just building railways and reorganizing them. Like Victoria, I just like to build up the infrastructure, develop my cities. This like the dynamic map on this, I do not think it has ever there's ever been a better map in any Total War history. Like Three Kingdoms, people often say, "Oh, Three Kingdoms was good," and Three Kingdoms was good in terms of the map, yeah, and in terms of the diplomacy system. And maybe the diplomacy system had a bit more to it than this one, but it's not that far off, and I prefer this diplomacy system. Map-wise, this is better. Yeah, you've got big regions and small regions, but they're entirely autonomous, and they've got things going on within them. Whereas in Three Kingdoms, you'd have this, but then that and that would be a part of this region, and there wouldn't be any of this. It would just be like, oh, that's a farming town, that's a farming town, that's a big city, and that's shit. It makes the world feel smaller. I don't like it, and they can't make me like it. The capital was the other one, wasn't it? Yeah, which we probably should have done before anywhere else. Because the capital is the home of the trade, of course. Can we take that off? Yep. You exempt from now. You're not really paying that much anyway. Punjab's fine. Baluchistan can start paying tax. Sindh can start paying tax. That place already does. So does that. I'm guessing everywhere else, like Hindustan does. This place, yeah. Yeah, by this point, I mean, we can check. I don't know why I'm doing it that way. Yeah, Kashmir is not happy about it. Afghanistan's not currently paying it. Being messaged a bloody again. Build up your ashrams. You have one, don't you? Yeah. A wealthy town. We'll do the ashram. We can always knock it down. Build something else there. If I'd known it was a wealthy town, I would have probably stuck something else there. How was I supposed to know? Low yield, mega yield. But that's fine. We're going to have trouble in Afghanistan again in a minute because they're 100% Islam at the minute, which means there's not going to be that much unrest. But once we start putting the Hindus in, they're going to kick off royally. Another thing we need to look into is we're currently only using trade ports. We need to identify a region where that's not really necessary and stick a military port in it. I'm thinking Goa. It's a small region. It's next to the capital anyway. But that could still affect our trade routes. I don't know. We'll see. Maybe we don't need a military port right now. So if we're only going to be going out and fighting pirates, we can use their military ports. Our goal is to build a trade empire, not to piss off the European powers. If we want to become rich and powerful, maybe we can stop buying territories. In Spain, for example, maybe they'd want to sell something. Although putting ourselves in the European theatre would probably put us at war with most of Europe. Because they'd see an opportunity and try and take it. Who's raiding our trade routes? We're not even at war. Pirates, is it? Oh, I suppose it could be the Portuguese. You not just want peace now, lads. Like, yeah, alright. Well, I tried. What are we... Like... Are we making you military? I think we are. Like, I'm going to ask myself that question so many times before I finally get it right. This place here... 900 wealth. Goa actually makes more than that place. But apparently that trade route makes us quite a lot. So which of these ports isn't? How long until we get to Madrasa? And you're not trading anything right now, are you? So we could turn that into a military port. Although, aren't you supposed to be trading, like... How much were you making from the port? 200. And it does create 2 more trade routes, so even if they're not trading into that... Oh, whatever, we're doing it anyway. No, we're not. So, sorry. I think the tea and spices... I don't know how the trade works. I don't know if by getting rid of the trade port, the tea and spices in this region can't be traded, or if they can just be taken by land. I don't really want to risk them. Okay, so you got 2 cannons. We want more of that. More of that. I mean, the camel gunners are better than our regular horsemen in every respect. Apart from melee, and again, we don't really need them in melee. The lancers are obsolete, we don't need them. Now, these guys are good. But it just so happens we have these guys that are even better. That's one thing we do want to watch out for, though. If we do start to lose these places where we're actually going to start doing our military recruitment from, then quite a lot of our backups don't really have anywhere to recruit from. I'll have to have another look at that. Kashmir is happy enough. Afghanistan's not happy, and that's with a garrison. Same with Baluchistan. The army in Baluchistan's quite crap. Whereas the one in Afghanistan is good. We want them back. And that one's not as important. This is our main army. Anyway, carry on. I'm rambling, I'm chattering, I'm generally making nonsensical noises. I'm trying to make our next move. So we have enough to defend ourselves. If somebody lands in India, we can easily track them down. The Dutch fighting off the Prussians there. problem we've got is people are going to be raiding one another's trade routes, which indirectly affects us, because if they're trading with us, that's getting raided. It's quite annoying, really. Raid our ships, that's a declaration of war. Oh, the Ottomans are on the move now, though. Maybe we could have let Afghanistan live in the last episode, but they'd have attacked us, because it's either us or the Ottomans, so may as well catch them while they're weak. Oh, the Russians are actually making good progress into Ottoman land. They've taken another territory. No wonder the Ottomans are sending everything they've got. No two games are the same in this game. That's another thing. You know, in my Spain campaign, the Russians did well against the Ottomans, but they did it down here. They took Georgia, Dagestan, then they took out Persia, and then eventually hit Mesopotamia. They did it indirectly. This time, they just gone mental. They've gone through Moldova into Bulgaria. Like, they're going for it. More so than anyone else, although it looks like Poland have taken Hungary off Austria. And it looks like the Prussians are pushing back there. Britain still has Brussels, but the French regained Paris. I don't think there'll be new town emerges in Baluchistan. Interesting. Very poor. You get an ashram then. Yes, as I was saying, I don't think there's going to be much difference. Never mind, I was wrong. Spain have focused all their efforts on dealing with the Cherokee. They have taken all... So the Cherokee are dead, and I didn't clock that. Yeah, that's the Cherokee gone. So Spain have... Yeah, Spain have been doing stuff. Britain, it looks like, Britain and France, I think, have just got their colonies. I don't think they've gone anywhere else. The Inuits are fine. Huron-Wyatt have been left alone, as of the Iroquois. Yeah, it's just Spain at the minute. I'd be a little nervous if I was the Pueblo. But, Spain putting me to shame, like my last campaign. Let's get you paying tax. Anything else need building? Large ashram. You can have a great ashram. Our priority right now? No. Did I destroy a port somewhere? I think I'm... No. Tragic. But look at the beautiful trade networks. Even though we can't get a good fleet, we can get brigs and sloops and dhows. Which, to be fair, I might try and throw together a few dhows, send out a trading fleet, see if we can't get a bit of ivory in or something. And hope we don't get intercepted by pirates. The French tried and failed to take Savoy. Which is interesting, given that Britain and Netherlands are still around on the mainland. France getting desperate. I suppose Spain are a little desperate as well, because for all their great colonial empire, the Portuguese are still alive and at war with them. And it's true that Portugal, they lost Portugal, which is going to be problematic, but they hold Gibraltar. I'm going to try and peace out with them. Gibraltar definitely does not have a school, so Portugal will be falling behind on technology. If I send them a lord in exchange for peace, then we might be alright. It's like the Austrians are struggling. I don't know what the goals of this campaign are now that we've won. But I'm not leaving it at just, look at us, we've reclaimed India, victory, woohoo. We're gonna go on a jolly adventure, we are. But yes, unfortunately, you're not going to see any battles in this episode. Sorry about that. Takes 2 for a Dow. Just go down the line. That's 4 Dows. That's a little trade fleet. Get that upgraded. 9% income wouldn't be the worst. We're not doing that yet, though, are we? Because I think here's where we want the army. Get that upgraded. Got 3 more slots here. What do we need? We got 3 range cavalry, 3 melee cavalry, 2 cannons, 6 line, 2 swords. I think 2 more line, and then another sword. A little trade fleet will be ready in 2 turns. Then we'll have to get some brigs. So it's the best we can do. Weird to see the Ottomans doing so well. I don't do that well as the Ottomans. Even the land looks dynamic. It's not just a farm. It's a farm with like the farmlands around it. Yeah, the towns look a little smaller. Again, it's like a walled community. The icon shows you at a glimpse what it is. But it's still pretty cool. Even the ports, A few houses around the side there. Shows you that it's developed. The little touches. Oh, I didn't piece up with them. Never mind. Oh, I didn't realise we had 4 schools. You get on that. Actually, no, you get on that. Okay, and then recruitment. 1 more sword, and then you're done. You on that. We could upgrade all the farms. Very large ash. And get your ashrams sorted. Just bring in slightly more wealth. Will encourage growth. So let's start on some of the farms. The only damage flag we have is this one. Replenish. We got a full army there. Well, not a full army, but we got an army there, an army there. One there, and one there. Right. None of them are the ones that I'm going to be sending out. That gives us 4 armies for home defense, and 1 for, you know, our naval jollies. Oh, Flanders is under siege, so Britain might be losing its foothold there. I don't know what the Ottomans are doing. They're putting together an army there, but for what purpose? Italy with a massive navy. You see, all the Italian states have. Genoa's got one, Venice has got one, but they're not necessarily the best quality. Don't know what he is. Oh, he's a priesty man. That's fine. Possibly another priesty man? Yes. Bigger farms, not a terrible idea. Trade fleet is now ready. Yeah, just go to Madagascar, it's fine. I'm sure Madagascar has lots of lovely stuff for you to trade. Nothing great from the Raja's palace. More money though, I think. Let's get all the farms done though. All the little farms. Or as many of them as we can get. There we go. New town in Gujarat, so we got something to build there. And one in Hyderabad, which... go. So people are, you know, I say people, things are growing quite well. Let's get you guys ready to go down here. Get you in there. And is that alright? Yeah, that's alright. Right, Portugal. I've got so much stuff to give you. There we go. Now we don't have to worry about Portugal either. We can just... We're the only faction that's not at war with anyone. We can just exist in our little place Build up in a very unassuming way. Gonna put a lot of brigs together and invade the Caribbean with that army. And if it sinks, well, we've got plenty more armies. And plenty more money as well. I do enjoy that the game doesn't flag, like, it doesn't signpost the unique units as well. Like the Afghan Hillman, for example. It didn't say, oh, by the way, if you build building X here, you'll get the Afghan Hillman. No, you just happen, if I'd have just stuck with the the civilian industry building there, I'd have never got them. I'd have never been able to recruit them. You got to actually look into it, find them. So as it turned out with the Sikhs, like, it's not actually religion locked; it's region locked. So the Sikhs and the Hindus are like, I think the Sikhs are the north, the Hindus are the south. Those weird horsemen are only in a few regions. Like the other weird horsemen that I've not even had a look at are in a different region. Yeah, we've got a Brahmin. It's this one we're going for, isn't it? Yeah, because we get the special horseman. But also at the highest tier, we're going to get the Afghans, aren't we? Yeah. So you're going military here. You're not making me that much money anyway. You're farmland. So that's fine. You, on the other hand, make even less. So yeah. This place, though. How much do you make? Make 600 from farmland. I swear you just got a new region. Someone did. Oh, it's you. Very poor. As is this place. Hmm. You're mostly Hindu anyway. We could throw a school at it. Their next town is a port, though. And that's it. That's everything, isn't it? Yeah. I'll tell you what, then. Get yourselves a tavern. Just keep you happy. This place, have you got any more to come? Yes, you've got Yan'an. So you've got a busy little region yourself. Puri is there. The Yan'an is going to be elsewhere. Be interesting to see where that one pops up. Oh, it's there. Oh, you're going to have 2 harbours. Maybe 1 trade, 1 military for you. Happiness-wise, you seem fine. You make a lot of money. I can't wait to get the port. How's that looking? Very poor. We could throw a school at it. There's -4 happiness off the bat. I mean, religion isn't really causing an issue anymore. But tavern's immediately to happiness. Take the happiness, because the port will bring in the money. Oh, we're not doing the fleet either. I mean, you get going. Get a sloop. To start. Get a sloop this turn. Get some brigs the next. Throw them all together. See if we can get that army out somewhere. I do enjoy watching the towns grow and have these villages pop up. You'll never see it again. If they do an Empire 2, it won't be like this. They'll use the stupid region system that they've used in everything since Rome onwards. Which is crap. I don't like it. I never have. So it makes you feel like you ought to own, everything within a certain region bracket. Whereas this, you can, I don't know. It just feels less organic. Whereas this, I like. It's my, let's say, as I always say, and have been saying for a while, this is my favourite. And the only reason I haven't played it in a long time is because there's only so many factions you can play, only so many times you can play them. But every now and again I'll come back to it. I'll do it again. Might be that the series that obviously I'm doing these series, I'm doing every faction. Might be that there's a break, Doesn't necessarily mean they're all going to be back to back just because these two are. I might, after this one, get bored of playing Empire and think, right, I'll do something else. Suzerain might even return. Who knows? I never intended to stop Suzerain, I burned out, and the longer I'm away from something, the less I want to do it. Which is why I'm doing this, which is why I'm recording so much in bulk. So I want to cover YouTube throughout the new year. Well, through to the new year, so that when I'm doing my new job, I'm not neglecting YouTube. I don't really want to do that. Who's down? Portugal's gone. Okay. Sold them a lot of tech for nothing then. That's fine. Fleet arrives. It's like there's somebody in all of them. Not that one. There you go. That's another grand coming our way. It's this theatre. Thoughts-wise. Brig. A brig. Brig. And a brig. Do navies for days, lads. I mean, why wouldn't you just throw more at that? So there are an empty spot somewhere in the centre here. I don't know. It'll turn up if there is. Ministers, actually. Let's have a look at the ministers. We've not done that in a while. Because looks like we've got some competent ones here. He's 5 stars already. Honest. Makes peasants happier. He's good at the treasury. He's really good at the treasury, though. Yeah, they're all good at the treasury. Gold holder. I mean, none of them make the people unhappy. Oh, I mean, this guy might. So there you go. He's slightly better at the job, so we'll put him in. Britain going across to defend. No, they've already lost it. Flanders has fallen to the French, so in a complete reverse of fate, Britain originally held Flanders and then briefly took Paris. The French have gone straight up, taken Paris back, and now they've hit Flanders. So Britain are out of the main European theatre. Well, the European mainland, I should say. They're in the European theatre. They're in Britain, but no longer will they have anything on the mainland unless they drop in another massive army. The Ottomans don't seem to really want to do anything against the Russians. They want to play stand around in a circle instead, which is, a fun game. I can understand why they'd want to play it. Who doesn't love standing around in a circle doing nothing? I mean, they're having so much fun doing it that they're setting up a second circle up there. So it is a good old time for them. Might even have a third one down there. Who knows? Not us. The game's having a bit of a panic attack, I think, trying to think about what it wants to do. It's the Ottoman turns seems to be taking forever. Very unusual. Very unusual indeed. But this is the longest I've ever seen a turn take for, well, in terms of just an end of turn in general, never mind a singular nation. The game may have crashed. Okay. No, it's fine. Took a long time though. That was a long turn time. Yeah, they're all flying by now. Ah, there we go, 10 grand. Well, let's... New port emerges. Where? That's your first port. It is. Very poor. It'll be less poor once you start trading. Craft workshop. Let's get to the capital. Let's get that developed. Grand Admiralty and that, and we can't afford the other thing. Oh, I was getting confused there. I was like, what? We built that so we could get the Afghans. You replenished, everybody else is fine. Let's get you more cannons. Any more fields that need building? There you go, one there. I think that's all of them. Right, anyway. Pull the fleet together. For better or worse, this is what we're putting the army on. You go in there. Good luck, brave souls. That's fine. We're friends with the Dutch, so we don't need to worry about their fleet. Friends with everybody. We're not at war with anyone. We're just going about our business in a peaceful way. We are the peaceful Marathons. You could invade the Inuits. That'll be fun. We've only got 20 years to wait out until we get to the allotted victory time, which we will play to. That we've already taken the regions, but it's said in the thing, if you want your full victory, hold those regions until 1750. So hold them we will. We'll play through to 1750. And then that'll be it, unless something exciting happens, or we set a new goal. But at the minute, we're just going to potter around. We're going to develop India. That's what we're doing, basically. You know, this episode, you've not seen a fight, and you're not gonna. I'll be honest with you. Which might be really boring, I don't know. But for me, one of the fun things about this game is the trade and development. Obviously, any Total War, you want the battles to be fun, and I believe that the battles in this game are fun. But building up your cities, you know, developing the land, seeing towns pop up, farms that need growing, I think that's good fun. Wittenberry's gone. Oh dear. College. Yes, let's get the colleges in play. Now, another third one's here. Oh, that's already a college. Ooh. So what we got? College, school. Reward bank. Oh, that's not very helpful. Have you got a school? An ashram. Where have we put our other school? Does anyone know? Take me to that one. That's the college. Okay, that one. We're already building that one up. Okay, that one. We're already building that one up. That one. Aha! In Punjab. Got ya. So the money's gone into education for the most part on this one. Let's get the ashrams built up. And then have a look at this Dutch Navy. A flute and a sloop, so more than enough to kill us, to be fair, but it's fine. We've gone now. They can't hurt us. We can't trade with Austria because they're full. Maybe we're full. We'll find out when that port comes. That one. Yes, that one. British again, boarding some boats. Hopefully going over to fight France again. But our game will be sort of defined by which European powers decide they want to fight us. Because we'll go and fight them, we'll just go on land, take their capital, sell it to someone else. Because that's what we're about. We don't need Europe, we've got bloody India in its entirety, we're rich. Like, any land we take is just for glory rather than anything else. We don't need to hold it. We could take land in the Caribbean, so there are resources there we could use. You know, there's some things of value that we don't have. But, again, we're fine. We've got the Ottomans, our best friends the Ottomans, doing their little Ottoman dance, taking forever in the turn times. I don't know why. I don't know what's got them confused like this. Because they're just walking singular units around. I don't know if they want to attack me but can't because they've got an alliance, or if they're thinking, well, which way do I go up? Do I go and attack Georgia, or do I go and, you know, reinforce Constantinople? Because it looks like they've just lost another settlement to the Russians there. So the Russians are having a bloody good game. Certainly a concern how the Ottomans are doing. Yeah, look at that, 10 grand. The port in Pondicherry is now built. It's trading with Bengal. And I think that open up more trade routes for us? No, but possibly because everybody else is full. What are we researching? You, stop that. Get onto that. That's all fine. Like, we've basically done everything we can here. You're going through it anyway. Let's start over this side, see what needs, building and doesn't need building. Got ashram. Farm's fine. That needs building. What have you got? One needs building. You get the cavalry though, which you're gonna get right away. Same for you. Just because they're unique. You know, you don't get them in every region. Farms are all done. Everything alright up in Kashmir. Yeah. I mean, they've got religious unrest, but we built them that tavern, so. But if there is a region that's not got anything in, I can't find it. I'm sure I didn't build in both of them. Yeah, I don't know. There it is! Buried in Hyderabad. How do you do in terms of money? Not well. Farming, tea, town well, right. It's a wealthy town, though. Yep, go and get yourself a craft workshop. There you go. I can understand why you'd want to invade India as one of the European powers. Oh, it looks like the Ottomans have made gains. So yet they've lost 2 territories to Russia. It looks like they've taken out Dagestan. I'll look into that. Yeah, the Ottomans, I think, have a very similar start to the Spanish in that they're theoretically powerful, and they've got a vast trade empire, but in reality, they can't match up to their neighbours. So it'll be an interesting one when we get around to them. But they're not next. I don't know who's next, actually, and I'm not going to tell you anyway. You'll have to find out once this series is done, because this series isn't done yet. Ah. Alright, I know who's next now. Boogie. 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 Nation destroyed. Dagestan. Yep. New nation arises. Quebec. What? So France just lost that to public order. Damn. Oh, but this is what we wanted. Can we land? That's the question. Can we land? Yes, we can. The army's in. Next turn, next video, our Caribbean adventure begins. For now, though, this is where it ends. So I hope you've had a good time, because I have. I'm excited. I am pumped. I am actually fucking into this. I know, right? First couple of videos, you'd have thought, he's not going to see it through. He's going to just sack off this campaign, but I'm fucking glad I didn't, let me tell you. Because this is going places. I am excited for this. So hopefully, my friends, you come back and you join me for the next one. And I'll see you then. Goodbye.